Hey, good afternoon, guys. This is going to be a very interesting video because this is rare. This is a Marco only video. So we're going to do a very special video today because we're not really doing anything today. But here, let me close my blinds real quick. Okay, here we have my dad's computer. So he uses this computer to edit the videos that you watch on our channel. It's a Dell Inspiron I got from a former friend. The current hardware in it. Sorry. Why is it not? Okay, hold on. Okay, my bad. After taking off that side panel, the current specs of this Inspiron is an i5 9500, so it's the stock CPU that came with it. It has 16 gigabytes of 2666 mega transfers per second DDR4. This was from my old Lenovo computer back then, and it has a GTX 1050 Ti, and there is an NVMe boot drive here. It's an... I don't even know what brand that is. It's like some generic one. It doesn't even... There's not even any brand name on it. And whatever. And then WD Green. Got from the same friend. So it's a 2 terabyte hard drive. The reason why I'm upgrading my dad is because when he edits videos and transfers files, it takes him literal hours. So I want to do him a service, and also because I love my dad in my very super special way. I'll be upgrading him, basically like giving him a new computer, but we'll be using the CPU, the RAM, GPU, storage. So basically it's getting gutted, and we'll be moving him to this nice Aorus motherboard here that I just tested, and it does work. So this will allow him to use, let me pull it out from my little, so this will allow him to use SATA drives, which will make like transfers much faster. He won't be waiting hours to transfer files from his hard drive, his WD Green, to YouTube. So this will be a very nice upgrade. I think I spent a total of $45 on this motherboard. The main PCIe slot is broken, so I have to use the main the second 4X slot, but that's okay. He's not gonna be gaming. And also, to pair up with that motherboard, we have the NZXT H7 Flow, and an EVGA Supernova 650 GQ. Got this for free on eBay because it came damaged, and I repaired it. Tested it, it was good. So I'm gonna lay out the parts in a bit. You'll see it in a few seconds. Alright, so as you can see in this time lapse, I proceed to gut my dad's old computer and take out the necessary components. And after taking out all the components, I proceed to put it on my table, lay them out. I chuck his old computer off to the side. And at this moment, I am currently removing the motherboard I'll be using for his new computer. You'll see in a few seconds. Alright, after disassembling the test bench, putting it back together, gathering all the parts, as well as disassembling his old computer, here are all the parts. So quick correction, it is an i5 9400, not 9500, but here are all the parts, including the case. I'm gonna have to remove these, looks like cooler mounts, because this doesn't look right. I can use the back plate, but yeah, this don't look right. If anything, here are all the parts. a GTX 1050 Ti, an EVGA one, the Aorus H370 Gaming 3 Wi-Fi, my dad's i5 9400F from his old computer, 16 gigabytes of 2666 mega transfers per second Samsung DDR4. So this came from my old PC, and a 128 gig boot drive, NVMe drive. This is a 500 gig SanDisk SATA drive. So this will be his, like, you know, if he's editing and transferring stuff, this is where he will be putting it. And then for bulk storage, his old WD Green 2 terabyte for deep storage. And then for the power supply, I mentioned this before. This is an EVGA 650 GQ. When I got it, it didn't come with all its wires, but it has enough, and he has a 1050 Ti, so he doesn't need PCIe power. So this is enough cables. And then to cool his CPU, I got off Amazon the ID Cooling Blitz X4. He doesn't need anything crazy. This was like 18 bucks. Freaking cheap. And then the NZXT H7 Flow fish tank. It is missing some standoffs, so I'm gonna have to, or standoff screws per se. I'm gonna have to scavenge some screws from my little drawer over here. I have a lot of motherboard standoff screws there. But yeah, I'm gonna be time lapsing this. So I'm just gonna put it on top of my computer here, and then yeah, I'm gonna time lapse this build and then come out with the finished result. Alright, see you guys then. Okay, for this part I am building the motherboard portion of his computer. So CPU cooler, RAM, CPU, thermal paste, his Windows boot drive. I think for a big portion of this is just me fumbling around with the backplate, because that previous backplate had like actual like nuts. I had to use a wrench on that, but it's okay. I actually did this pretty fast, so as you can see here, it was actually pretty easy. I would say this is like the easiest part of the entire build. Took a significant amount of time because the cooler was kind of a hassle to deal with, but it was good and all. I think the most trouble I had was actually, yeah, I would say the cooler. The cooler I had like a lot of difficulty with, but at least I got it. Now the motherboard part is done. Also, I had to wrench off the old backplate. That's crazy. Like, what the heck? Like, they use actual nuts in this. It's just like pure metal nuts, which that was a bit of a pain. But yeah, the motherboard portion is done. So its SSD is in the bottom slot here because there's no like stand here for me to screw it in. So, but anyways, this is like probably like a Gen 2 drive. This is probably a Gen 2 drive. Yeah, so it should be fine there. At least in the future when I get parts, I should be able to fit here more faster storage for him. So the motherboard portion's done. So now I'll be putting it inside the case. Now it'll be a bit, and I gotta charge the GoPro. So I gotta go look for standoffs while I charge the GoPro. I shall be right back. See you guys then. Alright guys, so I remember I did strip a case and I did find some standoffs. So we're gonna get to the case now. So I'm going to set the motherboard portion off to the side. So when I mean off to the side, I mean my soft comfy bed, as well as the GPU power supply for now. And we're gonna open up this case. So I'm gonna do it on the table. I'm gonna So it'll be on my computer now. You guys are gonna be on my computer because I won't have any space here. So yeah, let's get to it. It's another time lapse. Let's freaking go. All right, time to put this gigantic case on my table. Look how gigantic it is. And I proceed to screw the motherboard portion and everything, the core of the computer, into the case with the recycled screws. Okay, we're gonna have to move to a different angle because this thing is so gigantic. This case is gigantic. Like, look, do you see, like, this is my desk. It's like the size of it when it's on its back. It's insane. But anyways, besides the extremely large NZXT case, yeah, it's actually really nice. It's roomy. The unfortunate part with, you know, getting used stuff is that you don't have everything. So, screws missing here, but that's okay. I just salvaged one of these screws here. It's okay. One should be enough to hold the GPU. It's not heavy or anything. And then yeah, so the 1050 Ti will go here, and obviously I can't use this slot because it's dead when I tested it. So I'm getting a refund on that, like a partial refund from the seller, because this main slot's dead. So my dad will be using this second slot, which is 4x electrically, which shouldn't hinder performance all too much, especially since my dad isn't gaming and he's mostly just doing editing. And 1050 Ti, it's actually kind of overpowered for my dad. Honestly, he could just be fine with a 962 gig, but you know, I gave him the 1050 Ti because I wanted a 1050 Ti, and that was 20 bucks. So at the end of the video, I'm going to give you guys like the total price of this, and then hopefully when my dad edits it on his new computer, he'll put the price. I'll also do like voiceovers. So I'm gonna do this on the floor actually because this freaking case is gigantic. So I'll move over here and I'll change the angle so it's like looking down. So yeah, well, I guess another time lapse. All right, let's go. All right, so I moved to the ground to do everything else, but after a while, I proceed to change my mind and contradict myself. Proceed to do the rest of it on my desk. This wiring wasn't for the faint of heart. I think like 90% of this time-lapse clip is me trying to find a good place to put his new SATA SSD, because it was incomplete. The guy that gave me this case there was no hard drive bay or SSD bay, so I had to get creative to put his storage devices. I think with the hard drive, I had to put it at the bottom with Velcro to stick it on because there's no hard drive bay. So yeah, this was not fun. I got really sweaty in this. My bad, guys. I forgot to time-lapse this. This was an 8-minute clip. But anyways, with the power of editing, we speed it up. And then for this part, I realized that there was no hard drive bay. And as you can see there, my dad's hard drive is just laying on the bottom of the computer. Do not worry, there's Velcro, so if we pick up the computer, it's not going to roll around in there. So I took my precautions with it because I didn't want to damage it. That has all our videos in it. God, okay, that took a bit. So the cable management is done. It's not my finest work, and also the hard drive cage I realized was missing, so I had to do something janky by putting my dad's hard drive on the bottom of the case with Velcro. Look, guys, I'm improvising here. A lot of this is improvising and scavenging. Like, I swear, like 90% of these screws, no, 100% of these screws came from like other computers, which is insane. Like, I had to, I have to improvise, but I made it work. Like, look at this. Check this out. Like, boom. Like, it's not even there. And then since he's not getting PCI power for his graphics card, I just hung it. I just hung his PCI. Like, this is, even though this is like semi-modular, I don't want to bother like hiding away like a single, you know, PCI cable. So be gone with that. Let's move on to the front, and we should once I close the backup, we put in the GPU in, and then we install Windows on it, and boom. Actually, no, there should be Windows because that came from his original computer. But yeah, after we install the GPU, let's test it out. All right, see you guys then. Well, actually, another time lapse, whatever. All right, it's getting to the point where it's reaching halfway through the day. I'm extremely hungry. I just wanted to go like eat lunch or something. Okay guys, so I moved the test bench onto my bed, and now we have my dad's computer in its place. So, and I have my test bench display here, so we're gonna see if it displays. That's why I have the side panel off. Who knows if it's gonna turn on. Let's go. RGB. I mean, that airflow is strong though. Oh, please. Yes! 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 BitLock! Alright, guys. But it booted. It booted, guys. Oh, I'm so freaking happy. Oh, 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 oh. Alright. Trying to get my peripherals because it looks like if you guys can't see, yeah, I think it's from the NVMe SSD because it did come from an OEM system. Hopefully there's nothing too important on there. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna install peripherals, but it's working, guys. It's beautiful. Look at that RGB. Okay. Oh, hello. Hello. Just turn itself off. Okay. Dang, it's sick though. Okay, well, I'm gonna do some of this, so I'll be back once I recover this. Okay, so I found a method to this madness. So I realized BitLocker is some sort of like encryption software that Windows uses on like, or so a consumer can use BitLocker to encrypt their data. So like, for example, in the office, if someone steals the drive and they try to use it somewhere else, encrypts the data so that they can't access it, and the only way for them to use it is to wipe the data, which, if you're in need of a drive, then yeah, free drive, but then you can't access the data. So what I have done is I have rebuilt his old computer. I had, a spare CPU, spare RAM. I put his SSD in, and I am I am decrypting it. So this will take a bit. So once that's decrypted, then I'll put it back into his new computer, and then we can move forward from there. I can call Dad down, or call Dad up for his reaction on the new computer. He doesn't seem too happy because he thinks that I'm, wiping all the apps and data. So yeah, later on we'll get his reaction. Hope he's happy. Hey, good evening, guys. So let me turn this lantern on. So you may have noticed that it is nighttime. So I had some trouble with encryption because my dad's old drives were encrypted because I don't know, his old computer decided to encrypt them with BitLocker. And so I had to go through a process with my dad with his Microsoft account to retrieve the codes to decrypt them. And right now I'm actually decrypting his hard drive so that if, say in the future I decide to move it, I won't have too much trouble. Yeah, so I am just decrypting his hard drive, and looking here, it's been an hour already. I've been decrypting his hard drive, and right now it's 10:20 p.m. in the night. So and since it's a WD Green hard drive, this thing's gonna be running like 12 to 14 more hours, unfortunately, which is like 30 cents of electricity, but still, that's not good. 12 to 14 hours. Might as well see you guys tomorrow morning or afternoon, which is crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna get some rest, let this thing run, decrypt the hard drive, and then hopefully tomorrow I can set it up for my dad so he can start editing videos, and hopefully we can get his reaction. Alright, I'll be heading to bed for tonight. Good night, guys. See you tomorrow. Ooh boy. Okay. Morning, guys. It's the next day. So I have both computers turned on, my own and my dad's new one, and I'll be installing him some drivers for the GPU, reinstalling them, and then putting his apps back. So I'll be spending like all of this morning doing that. So yeah, I guess another time lapse. Yeah, I'll be spending a bit. All right, let's go. All right, this is the final step to this entire journey. So I am currently doing some research, reinstalling his apps. Well, not reinstalling, just like putting him back on his taskbar, getting drivers set up for his GPU, getting updates down, also just like doing stuff on the side. So this is like the final step to finally finish off his computer. This was a very long journey. I spent like an actual entire day on this. It was really fun though. Hey, so I have finally finished installing drivers, putting his apps back, the wallpaper, and also adding his third drive. It is good to go. So what I'm gonna do now, since mom and dad are out from the house, I think they're going to Long's Drugs or something, so I'm gonna put his computer on his desk and then see what he thinks. It's gonna be great, guys. All right, let's go. All right, this is his desk. It's gonna be a little difficult because as you can tell, his desk is kind of small. It's on the smaller end. This used to be like a side table turned into desk, so it will be impossible to fit it long-wise. So he's gonna unfortunately have it on sideways. So I'm gonna reorganize his desk here. His monitor will be more on the right. I'm also gonna be replacing this soon with a better 1080p monitor. He has an external hard drive in case we also travel or go out, so he has an external drive here. Yeah, so I'm gonna reorganize this and get his computer on here. Sideways. Yeah. Alright. Hopefully it goes good. Shouldn't be too difficult. I don't think I'll have a problem. Alright. Oh my god! What's that internet? It's in the rear. Here, I'm gonna show you. It's right here.
Okay, turn it on then. What's not on?
Go.
Where?
Go.
Oh, it's red.
RGB.
Why it says Aros?
Aorus is the motherboard brand. That's how the companies do it. So my notes didn't save, so I missed 2 apps, but the crucial ones that you had before are there.
Go ahead. How come like this?
Okay, you guys are not seeing his pin.
Only one.
No, Video Proc and CapCut. This is the 2 apps you had before. I forgot the other 2 because my notes didn't save.
Where is it then? Not here.
On the bottom.
No, the other not here. On the taskbar.
Oh, I didn't. What do you mean?
The other one, the 3D.
Oh, I couldn't download those because I forgot.
What you mean? You cannot download?
Because I didn't have my notes. My notes didn't save.
So it's not here?
I can download it right now because my notes didn't save.
You download it now, cause that's the one I'm using too.
Okay. Yeah. After this, I'm gonna show you. But yeah, what do you think?
Where's the stuff?
Same thing. Your original hard drive with all the videos. See, I kept them.
What? It's supposed to be look faster.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna show you actually. What do you think though of the computer?
It's nice.
Okay. All right. That's all. Marco only video. Yeah, this was a Marco only video. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. All right. Mahalo.